Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the vertex in Pisces in a natal chart. Anyway, first thing is, with the vertex in Pisces, others may encourage you, cajole, coax, persuade, and even downright implore you to be more compassionate, sensitive, understanding, express more idealism, make the best perhaps of adverse or negative circumstances and situations, emphasize spirituality. It could be using your intuitive side more and really going maybe going with that gut feeling, so to speak. Isolated cases maybe even emphasize perhaps or develop mediumistic or empathic qualities. Now, you could also be asked to be less judgmental and critical of others, less disparaging, and more accepting of others' defaults and shortcomings. You may be required by others to show more self-sacrifice and give of yourself more in situations. You also may be pulled or drawn toward healing others, requested also to deal with chaotic, confounding, or convoluted situations. Also, you might be pulled or drawn toward helping others, those that are less fortunate than yourself, such as the homeless, the oppressed, the impoverished, and the hungry. And also, it's about not becoming drowned, figuratively speaking, in details. It's about not having to be as fastidious or meticulous over little things and agonizing over every little detail, and really about maybe focusing more on the whole picture. Now, also, you also may be reminded by others, perhaps, to be less correcting of other people and editing what people say, because not everybody always needs to be corrected. And anyway, you also may be encouraged by others to be less materialistic, or I should say less frugal. Really, people also may ask you to worry less and relax more, and to go into solitude and seclusion. Have that alone time for yourself when you need it, as long as it doesn't lead to becoming reclusive now, or even escapist tactics. Now, also, I think what it is, people may remind you that it's okay to succumb to lethargy every now and then, and to even drift into your own fantasy world from time to time, as long as you're not resorting to escapist tactics. And really, the thing about this placement too is the vertex in Pisces is that I think it's people can encourage you and let you know that, I mean, you don't always have to be busy doing something. And it's okay sometimes to be stagnant and not necessarily do anything, and just take that time out and just relax. And even if if it's seen as being lackadaisical, I mean, it's, sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. And also, you may be encouraged by others to do something that might be Pisces related, or like, such as something associated with the metaphysical, which of course could include astrology, spirituality. Also, another thing Pisces field is photography, chemistry, oceanography, something connected with intuition perhaps, and maybe even working in hospitals, or dealing with people with mental illnesses, physical debility, people that have limitations and restrictions, are not as fortunate as you. It could also be where you might be coaxed and encouraged and to maybe work even with something connected with illusion, such as working as a magician or in special effects. And the thing about this is some repercussions one may face by not utilizing this energy is maybe being perceived as somebody that's overly critical, not necessarily a creator, because you may not be emphasizing then the idealism and imagination associated with Vertex in Pisces, and maybe perceived also, you may wind up being perceived as overly fault finding, and also it could lead to being dominated by worry if you're not emphasizing more of the relaxing that's associated with Vertex in Pisces. And remember that sometimes worry can lead to physical and or mental health situations, especially I think if you have, let's say if you have the Vertex in Pisces in the 6th, which would put the anti-vertex in Virgo in the 12th house of mental illness, and then you have the worrying mixed in with that. So I think that especially if it's if you have the anti-vertex and vertex in those houses, and what I'm saying is if you have the anti-vertex in would be in Virgo in the 12th, and you had the vertex in Pisces in the 6th, because you are on the mental health and the physical health houses anyway, as far as that goes. So anyway, the next thing I want to get to is that also it's important to look at the house this falls in a natal chart, as this of course could impact the delineation. Now let's say if the vertex in Pisces falls in your 6th house, for example, well, you may be asked and required perhaps to show more compassion in your place of employment, and perhaps even deal with confounding and confusing work situations at work, and even maybe dealing with chaos at work. And even it could also be perhaps asked to look into your maybe health issues that might be a little nebulous or unclear. Now, let's take another example. Let's say you have the vertex in Pisces in the 8th house in your natal chart. Well, this could be about perhaps dealing, you might be encouraged by others to deal with confounding, confusing tax or insurance matters. It could be indulging in a sexual fantasy, maybe at the request of a sexual partner, someone you're in an intimate relationship with. It could be to deal perhaps with somebody you're having an intimate or sexual relationship with more idealism and compassion, and being less judgmental, fault-finding, or critical of that person. Well, another thing is it's also important to look at the aspects that are made to the vertex in Pisces, as this could impact the delineation as well. We'll take one example. Let's say that somebody has Pluto sextile or trine their vertex in Pisces. Well, this could indicate that perhaps one may be able to deal with with upheavals and crisis associated with the vertex in Pisces position, such as any chaos or any confusion that might occur. It could be the person also may be able to exert power in connection with the vertex in Pisces position, and be able to do those vertex and those Pisces things that others are encouraging them to do, and be able to show power with it without necessarily coming across as being overly overbearing or overly controlling or power hungry. So also, it's important to look at the vertex in Pisces in synastry. Now, if you have in synastry, I mean, it could be a powerful connection. If you have, say, your vertex in Pisces making a conjunction to one's sun, moon, or ascendant, this could be a very good and powerful connection, but it may not be as like instantaneous like somebody's south node making a conjunction to another sun, moon, or ascendant, but it could be more rather unanticipated and unexpected. Well, the thing about it is, let's take an example. Let's say that someone has the vertex in Pisces, and it makes a conjunction to another's Pisces ascendant. Well, the vertex in Pisces person may be pulled toward the outer qualities and characteristics of the Pisces ascendant, such as the compassionate, imaginative, even intuitive qualities, the more passive, those passive qualities, and really in the idealism that that person may project. And so those are some things to look, and it could even be something with the physical appearances as well. Maybe something that might be dreamy about this Pisces rising person that catches the Vertex in Pisces attention. So anyway, well, also it's also important to look at any contraindicators to this in the natal chart, and also things that may reaffirm this Vertex in Pisces energy. Now, let's say, for example, you have a preponderance of astrological energy in water, or even if it was just a strong Pisces influence, 12th house influence, well, it may be easier to do what others ask that are in connection with the Vertex in Pisces placement, to perhaps show that certain intuitive qualities, perhaps empathic qualities that you might be encouraged to use, maybe the compassionate and sensitive qualities as well. And let's say, for example, that somebody has some contraindicators to this. Let's say that somebody has their Neptune strongly adversely aspected and making predominantly adverse aspects. Let's say that somebody just has no water in their chart, and even or between 0 to 1 astrological energies of water. Now, this could be where it might be more difficult for the person to follow up on these requests that are Vertex and Pisces related. So anyway, and even another example, say somebody has Saturn making a conjunction to their Neptune in their natal chart, or even if it makes an adverse aspect to their Neptune, that could be another example where those imaginative qualities, the compassion, might be difficult to show, and therefore it might be harder for that person to follow up on what is being encouraged, what others are encouraging them to do in connection with the Vertex and Pisces placements. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Vertex in Pisces in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I will be talking about astrology and sexuality. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.